Hi guys, this is week 42 Project Life and I'm using one of my DIY kits this week. I'm going to use the black and white one. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave the link for it up here, but this is just one of those kits that I put together out of my stash. And I decided to pick this black and white kit this week because for no other reason than the colours were all a bit sort of higgledy-piggledy of my photos. None of them were really sort of consistent, so I figured a way to make the whole thing a bit more consistent was to use a black and white theme. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just picking out some cards. I've chosen my 3x4 and I'm just trying to decide a 6x4 card for that bottom photo, and in the end I just swapped them around, the square photo and the full photo, just to make it a bit more balanced, because that top title card with the black and gold and even the photo up there is going to be quite heavy. And now I'm just working on my cards, so I'm just pulling out little bits as I go, little accents of gold this week, which I love, so I'm just adding those as I go. I added a little puffy gold heart to that quote card and then just a little bit of washi tape to the full photo of my rose there. Now this photo, I'm not going to do a lot to, but one of the stamp sets in this kit I put together was an old Citrus Twist kit. And it had a few quotes about sort of journeys, so I'm adding one of those and a little gold heart. Not centered on the photo, but centered on the photo, so to speak, on the subject of the photo, so adding that above the road. And then I'm repeating these gold puffy hearts down the bottom as well on the photo of Lil, and I wanted to add a third, but it didn't really work with the photo, so I'm adding it onto that washi strip with the rose, and that way my sort of gold puffy hearts are almost tumbling down the page on a diagonal, and I really love the way it looks. So this card here, I'm adding a bit of washi tape to the photo, and I was going to stick down that chipboard piece but realised I wanted to type a little bit of journaling first, so I managed to rescue that in time, and then I can stick that down on the top, just because of course chipboard's not going to go through a typewriter. And I really wanted to add some of those gold letter stickers to make a word, but I've got no useful letters left really. It's so hard to make any words without an E. The Instax photo just got stuck down on the card and a couple of staples, and that's really about it. It was a Snapchat photo, so it already has a little bit of text on it. And I decided to add a stamp to that chipboard heart, the chipboard banner. There's a white heart in the middle, so I just added a stamp on top of that. And from that stamp set there was a circle that said Friday, and I didn't realise it was two separate stamps, which goes to show how often I've used it. So I'm just stamping the circle, and I stamped it a few times just in case I didn't get the Friday centered the first time, which I did, which was lucky. So I'm just stamping those down, and I'm just going to fussy cut that out. I didn't have a punch that fit that circle, and I didn't think I had a metal die either, so I'm just using my scissors. It's not perfect, but it will do. And I'm just gonna stick that down and then also add a couple of staples to that one as well. Now my title card, I'm going to use this gold doily. I'm not like a super fan of doilies, but I do love this gold one. So I'm sticking that down in the top left corner and then just trimming off those leftover pieces. I'll keep them with the kit because I reckon I'll be able to use the little pets as stuck out behind a photo or something like that. And then I'm going to add just some letter stickers to the top of the doily. So week, although I didn't realise before I started sticking all these letters down that there are no numbers on that set of letters, so I had to use 42 from the other alpha. And then I was going to use that chipboard shape to stamp my dates on, but I just didn't really like it. It was quite busy. Like there's already patterned card and then the gold doily, and I didn't really want a patterned chipboard piece as well. So I wondered about maybe using one of these circles that I'd already stamped before, so I've just trimmed that out, and I already know at about this point that I'm not going to be able to use this. I hate the way it looks with the stamping on it, but I persisted in stamping out all the dates just to see whether I could make it work, but I just really don't like it. I didn't like it anywhere. So instead I went and grabbed another stamp set out of my stash. I'm not opposed to doing this with these kits. The point is to use up my stash after all. That's a Kelly Stamps label set, and I'm going to use that to stamp out my dates instead, and I'm just doing that before I've trimmed it out to make sure I can get it even. And then I can trim that out really simply and just stick that onto the title card as well. And that is this week all done. Super simple using these kits. Every time I do use them, I'm like shocked at how easy it is to put a page together. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen and I'll see you next time. Bye!